What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing today? Welcome to episode 10 of the Reply Line. And look, we're starting out with audio today. How amazing is that? We started out pretty good the first 7 episodes. In the episode 8 and 9, I started with no microphone. Wow. Good job, Trip. But here we go. This is the Reply Line, y'all, where I come here live for you folks and answer questions and comments that I get from you good folks. That I get from you good folks, and I will answer them here for you folks live. I'm trying to get the chat to pop up, and here we go. Now I've got the chat so I can see everyone. So thank you for your questions and comments that I get through emails, messages, wherever, anywhere and everywhere. I really appreciate getting all those, and I enjoy answering them, and I have picked out some that I think are valuable for you folks, and I'm going to be answering them here live. I have a few that I picked out, I'll answer, and then we will join in on the live audience and answer some of their questions directly. Now, if you want to be in on one of these, on one of the live streams, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you will be notified whenever we do go live, and so that you will not miss an episode of the Reply Line, all right? All right, so let's say hello to a few folks here in the chat. We'll say hello first to Kayak Adventures. I was chatting with him with some folks briefly before the show, and he fell 17 feet today off of a ladder and broke 3 bones in his leg, I believe. Wow, that is no good, and I wish you a speedy recovery, brother. I really, really, really do. So what's up, Keith, Bob, Blake Hurst, Pete, Lowman, who else we got here? Julius. We have David Slocum and Christina and Matt Cleland, DJ Kaiser. Welcome, good folks. I recognize a lot of these names, and it's so cool to be here with you good people. All right, so I have a good comment, a good little funny, interesting / negative comment to share with you guys, or to share with you folks. I think you're really going to like it. Got this one about 24 hours ago. It is a doozy. Let me take this logo off of here. All right. It is from Javier Diaz de Arturi. He said, "Do you want to be my boyfriend?" Well, Javier, I'm flattered, but I think I'm going to have to pass, brother. Don't think my wife would be too happy about that, and I wouldn't be too happy about that either. So, no thank you, but I guess I'm flattered. And to be honest with you, that's not the first time I've gotten one of those comments. So I don't know what kind of vibe I'm putting off. But whoo, that's a little much, Javier. Alright, hope y'all enjoyed that as much as I did. Oh, what's up, everybody? We got some good folks still coming in. Amber Aiken from Washington came down to Rockadock last year. What's up, Outdoor Sensation, Fat Guy on a Little Boat, Jonathan Toper, Outdoor Sensation, Gina, Parker Real Estate, and Francisco, and Pete. What's up, y'all? So happy to have y'all here with me. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed that first little question. That was an interesting one. Alright, let's see here. Now let's get to some real questions, alright? Alright, first one we're going to go hit today is from Tim Flint. Tim asks, he says, question for the next Reply Line. Thanks, Tim. What are some of your favorite YouTube channels? Because like you said the other day, there aren't a lot like yours out there. You're right. I guess there's not a lot like mine out there. But to be honest with you, I don't search for channels like mine, or I don't really even search or watch many channels in my niche. Excuse me, I forgot to put my phone on silent. But yeah, I don't watch many channels in the niche that I create videos in. I might watch some things about the stuff that I want to learn about and the trips I want to do. Like I have watched like some micro skiff stuff, but as for like kayaking or stuff like that, I don't really watch it unless it's in a really cool location. But even then, a lot of times it's hard for me to get into it. Which is why I made my own videos, because I enjoy watching my videos. I guess is that bad? No, I mean, I make videos that I think are entertaining that I'd want to watch. But I am going to bring you folks into some of the videos that I do watch, all right? So we're just going to go to my YouTube really quick. Where is it at? Boom. Here we go. All right, so this is the YouTube homepage, and it kind of suggests videos for you that you typically like to watch. So here we go. I watch a lot of YouTube how-to stuff to learn about YouTube. I watch a lot of music. Here's Casey Donahue. I really enjoy Casey Donahue. Here is a small skiff camping. You guys probably have seen Rocket Kit. He makes a lot of really good videos in epic locations that I wish I could make. But he has some pretty interesting stuff. Unfortunately, I don't watch as many of his, but I kind of just sort of pay attention to what he's doing. I think he's pretty interesting. I watch some stuff about the stock market. I watch a lot of military stuff. Then I watch a lot of, here we go, Thomas DeLauer. I watch a lot of health and fitness stuff, quite a bit of that. Here's some Blackberry Smoke stuff, some stuff about China, and Joe Rogan. I watch some of that every once in a while. I listen to a lot of his podcasts. Here's Jamie Johnson. I may watch some Seinfeld shorts. Pat Flynn teach you about YouTube and things like that. Then just some other sort of random stuff, maybe some little bit of adventure stuff. I do watch a lot about small campers and converting trucks to campers and things like that. And I don't know. That's kind of the gist of what I watch. I do watch some mud trucks and stuff. I like to watch that stuff, and then some cooking a little bit. There's some Eric Church. I'll watch some of that stuff. But so I guess people are really wondering, Trip, what all YouTube channels or what all adventure videos do you watch? Well, I don't really watch that many. I mean, I do watch Marty Zoffinger, most of his videos. I watch his because I think they're interesting. I like to see how he's progressing with his channel and how he's growing his business and stuff like that. I'm just so happy to see him being so successful. I really enjoy watching that. But other than that, I don't watch people who make similar content to mine. I do get a lot of people who say, hey, Trip, I made a video, will you watch it? And sometimes I will go and I will watch a little bit of it, and I'll ask for pointers, and I'll kind of, give them a few pointers. But other than that, I don't really just go and watch them. I don't know why. But I do watch my videos sometimes, especially with my boys. All right, so next question is from Chip J. Chip asks, he says, I'm curious about the Suwannee River before I go do a trip, and I've watched your videos. Thanks for replying, first off. You're welcome. I've got 3 days, 2 nights. I want to use them on that river. I want to end my trip at the last spot 3.5 miles before the Gulf. I'm trying to figure out where I need to start my trip. Well, Chip, first thing I would tell you is you need to find out how much you paddle per day, right? And I don't know how many trips you've been on. I don't know what your experience level is. Don't know what your fitness level is. Don't know what kind of kayak or vessel you're going to be paddling. Don't know how fast it goes. So if I were you, I would get on Google Earth or something. If you want to do this on your own, you get on Google Earth and start measuring from your endpoint. Measure 10 miles up or 15 miles up. Or if you're, experienced and stuff with a quick kayak, a touring kayak, measure 20 miles up. And then in that range, see if there's a river camp. See if there's some sort of campground. Or just see if there's some woods where there's nobody and maybe a sandbar and where there's no trees around, and camp there. And then do that again and again. And along the way, mark all the little spots that you think might be interesting, like if there's any springs or any parks or whatnot. Mark some of those. But that is kind of the gist of how I would, tell, in a short form, tell you how to try to plan a trip, although there's a lot that goes into planning a trip. But if you wanted to take the easy route out, which I do like to suggest to a lot of people, here we'll go back to my computer here in just a moment. I would suggest you going over and calling Mr. Dale Dolphinius over at Southern Paddling Guide. He is a local down there, really cool guy. And he actually does trips on the Suwannee, not like canoe trips and stuff, but he does like actual overnight trips. And he has, if you don't want to bring all your equipment, he has all the equipment and kayaks you can borrow, nice kayaks, and he will set you up. He'll go ahead and schedule and call ahead and make sure that you have a spot in the river camps if that's where you want to camp. But I'd say the biggest thing about Dale is he knows the river. He knows where you can camp and where you can't camp. If you just call up Dale and say, hey Dale, Trip sent me, told me to call you, and I'm thinking about doing a 3-day trip. Where do I need to start? Where do I need to end? He'll say, okay, well, what do you want to see? Do you want to see this? If you want to see this, you need to start here. If you really want to end right there at the the end of the river, you can do that. But personally, if I had to make a suggestion to you, I would probably want to come upriver some, because the Suwannee is a pretty large river. So as you get down close to the Gulf, like you said, you want to end 3.5 miles from there. The river gets pretty big, pretty wide, and kind of pretty boring. I haven't seen it, but I started up pretty high on the river, and I have gone a pretty good ways down it, and it gets a little more boring, a little more monotonous as it goes down. So just me personally, I would probably try to hit the upper sections, but Dale will be your guy to tell you where you need to go. All right? I was going to show you a little bit more stuff, but I got a little caught up rambling. All right, so next question is from Kevin Lett. Kevin says, not sure if you can or will answer this, but I've been looking more at fishing paddle boards. Have you had any doings with Vibe? I know Kaku also has one I like, but Vibe has more advertised weight capacity. Any answer will be greatly appreciated. Well, Kevin, let's see what we can do for you. All right, we're going to go back here to the computer screen. Boom, we're going to go here. So this is the kayak he's talking about. Actually, it's I would call it a hybrid kayak. It's essentially a kayak hull. It's plastic, rotomolded plastic that has a paddleboard deck on it. Now, essentially, this is a good vessel for sure. And this one, it is filled with foam. Now, you have the Kaku Kahuna, which is a similar hull, a similar design, but the main difference is this one has a hollow hull. As in, this one, the hull is solid. It's filled with closed cell foam. This one is hollow. You have a hatch here. You can store stuff on the inside. Now, he spoke of the weight capacity. Here, the stated weight capacity is 300 pounds for the Kaku Kahuna. The weight capacity for the Vibe is 475 pounds. Now, both of these vessels have about the same size hull. Let me bring you guys back in. So they have about the same size hull. They're both 12 foot long. The Kahuna is 34 inches wide, and the Vibe is 33.5 inches wide. Now, the difference in the advertised capacity is quite a bit. And, capacity is figured, or, well, not that capacity, but, how much weight a vessel can hold before it sinks is determined by the displacement. How big is the hull? How much water does it displace for the amount of weights on it? Well, both of those have about the same hull. So really and truly, I believe they both are going to displace about the same. So they're both going to handle the same amount of weight the same way. Now, I spoke with the owner, Kevin, with the owner of Kaku, Kevin, about the weight capacity, and said, tell me about the weight capacity. How do y'all figure that? And he said, well, really and truly, we can kind of set it kind of whatever we want to. But the reason that we set ours at 300, because once you go over 300 pounds, it's not that much fun to paddle, right? The paddleboard sinks lower in the water. You get a lot of water on the deck. And I found that to be true when I paddled my Kaku Kahuna. Now, I've never paddled the Vibe. I have seen them. They look pretty awesome. They have all the bells and whistles similar to the Kahuna. I actually probably like the deck of the Vibe better, but I like the internal storage of the Kahuna. So, which one's going to be better for you? I think they're going to be pretty similar. Whichever one you like the best is probably going to be the better bet for you. One thing that I'm unaware of about the Vibe, but I would love to know more about, is what happens when water gets in that hull. Yeah, it has closed cell foam in it, but I worked in construction for years and years and years, and they use a lot of foam in houses and closed cell foam, and yeah, it is closed cell foam, but with any flexing and movement of that closed cell foam, it doesn't stay closed cell forever. So I wonder what happens when water gets in that hull and between the plastic and the foam. I don't know. I would love to have a brand new Vibe and one that someone has used for 3 to 5 years, and I would love to weigh both of them and see if they weigh the same. I would bet the one that's been used has some water in it, but I could be wrong. But that's just something that I would just suspect. But if I could give you my advice, I would say borrow or rent a inflatable paddleboard. Try that out first. I'm telling you, the difference is quite a bit. That would be my biggest suggestion to you. But go get whatever you can find. And If you're really set on one or the other, I'd say get on Facebook Marketplace, find whichever one you can for the best deal, buy it, use it, try it. If you don't like it, sell it for what you paid for it and buy the other one, right? That's probably the safest thing. Or, if you don't like it, try an inflatable. Here you go. All right, so, everybody, Tucker's here. Come here. He's sneaking up. He's sneaking up on me. All right, so next question is from Four Wheel Jeeper. He said, did you stop completely using your Garmin watch? Also, do you use any other GPS system? Did I stop using my Garmin completely? Not like completely, but I've only put it on one time since I've had this Casio Pro Trek. And this is a much more expensive watch than this. Like, I think this one's like almost $300. This one is, I don't know, 5 something. It's crazy. But I mean, this is a really nice watch. And I like them both, but this one I get notifications better on it. It has a better GPS. This has like maps where I can see, actual satellite images on this sucker. It's pretty bad to the bone. This one doesn't quite have all that, but I really wish that I could mix the two of these and get both, because this is like a really good fitness watch and stuff, which I like, tracking my heart rate, tracking my sleep a little bit. I really enjoyed that with the Garmin. But I just find myself wearing this more often, even though the battery life is like half of what the Garmin was. I find myself wearing this one all the time because I love being able to see my notifications, read a couple emails, see exactly what my text is. So there you go. And the maps and stuff are pretty cool on it. But Casio actually has one that has a heart rate monitor, and I want that one. But hey, I'm happy and fortunate to have this one, and I appreciate Casio for sending me this watch. All right, next question is from Fayadh. How do we say that? Fayadha. There we go. Fayadha Nust. Okay, here we go. Is it okay if that Swiftwater to use as a daily sandal? Is it comfortable? So he is talking about the Croc Swiftwater shoe. Love this shoe. I mean, you guys can see I wore it so much. I mean, it's getting thin on the bottom. And can it be used as a daily shoe? You dang right it can. When I had these, if any chance that I could wear them, or whenever I wore these a lot, any chance I could wear them, I did wear them. I love these shoes. I wore the fire out of them. Even if it was cold outside, you'd see me wear my Crocs. So yes, these make great shoes for day use. But I do like my Earth Runners a bit better. There's just more freedom there. Look at that. You can just move around, and you're grounded with a little copper here. I wear the Earth Runners a lot. So I like them both. I really do. So just get whichever one you think you'd be happy with. The Crocs are cheaper, but I kind of like the freedom of the Earth Runners. You guys, I really appreciate these questions. I love answering them for you folks. So, hey, if you have some more, or if you would like your question answered, leave it in a comment on a YouTube video, or just shoot it to me somewhere, and you never know, you may see it here on the reply line. All right, so let's go to the live audience and see what you folks are saying in the chat. We are going to scroll back up and see what we've got here. I remember one from the beginning. Here we go. Here's a question from Julius Moto. Quit being a silly face, Tucker. From Julius, he says, "Hi Trip, what would you suggest to a newbie on YouTube? How to grow an audience in the sup outdoor niche? From what I see, you're the biggest in that niche." What would I would suggest? Well, thank you, and I appreciate everything, and I appreciate you watching the videos and stuff, Julius. But what I would suggest to you, Tucker, please don't be silly in the camera. You're distracting people. What I would suggest is for you to do the same thing that I did. And what is that? Make videos that you enjoy watching, because someone else is going to enjoy them. And if you enjoy watching them, you're going to put a lot of heart in it and a lot of passion into it. And I think that is what it takes to really do things correctly. But on top of that, you have to be consistent. That's one of the biggest things. Keep making videos, and it's a long road. I started making videos like in 2008 or something like that, and it took me a long time to learn things. And you have to be comfortable in front of the camera. You don't have, you can't be scared of the camera. If you want to make videos similar to what I do, but granted, there's some people out there who make videos and don't even talk at all in them and make adventure videos. So you can make your own style. Just find what you enjoy making and what you can be consistent about making. And you don't have to start with great videos at first. Just start with videos and trim the fat. Trim the fat, trim the fat, trim the fat. Then trim the fat a little bit more. That's what I would say to you, all right? All right, so here we go. Where's the next question? Yes, you did get to catch us live, Bob. Welcome. Goodness. All right, folks. I love reading through the chat. But I really hate the lag that I get. Hey, everybody. Hey, what's up? Here we go. Pete Hustwaity said, Trip, I just ordered a nautical sup. Good job. That is like the $350 sup from iRocker. Hey, Pete, for real, let me know what you think of that board, because I haven't seen one yet, but I think it's going to be pretty nice. So for real, let me know what you think about it, because I would love to have some first-hand knowledge about it, because that's a very affordable board. And you bought a slackline. Sweet. Now I have something to do when I'm not kiteboarding or converting a cargo trailer to a camper. Man, you've got it made, Pete. Well, I hope you enjoy both of those. Let's see here. Yes, I said your name. I said your name, Outdoor Sensation. I said it. Oh, we just got a super chat from Ken Delaney. Cool. Wow, thank you so much, Ken. Now, somehow I'm supposed to be able to highlight this with this program I've got. I don't know how. But Ken Delaney, thank you for the $5 super chat. You are awesome. Ken said, well, I figured out how to do a supportive chat. LOL. Chat, row, chat. Let's get those likes up, folks. It's an easy click. Yes, it is. Yeah. How about a thank you for reminding me, Ken? Hey, everybody, drop a like. Leave a like. I appreciate it. It's an easy way you can support any YouTube channel that you enjoy watching, because YouTube likes to see when the audience engages with the video. That really helps people out. All right? Like it for Tucker. All right. So, next question. We're going to... Outdoor Sensation says, tell us how you began this awesome adventure. How did I begin it? I guess, kind of like I mentioned to the YouTube tips, I wanted to... Tucker, you're distracting me. I'm sorry, buddy, but I love you, but you're distracting me. Basically, I started... My first videos were me when I was making a small wooden sailing dinghy, and I wanted to make this dinghy. I didn't know how to do it. Never done anything like that before. Granted, I did a lot of woodworking and stuff and construction. I was young. YouTube was young. So I got on YouTube and I was like, I wonder if anyone has done this so I can, made a video of it so I can learn how to do it. Well, it turns out no one made a video. And I was like, you know what? I've got a camera. It was cheap. Bobo little camera, back probably a 5-year-old camera in 2008. It was an old camera. So I was like, you know what? I'll see if I can make a video of it. So I made a 4-video series. Turned out good. Went well. I really enjoyed the process. And people started watching it. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll make something else. So I just kept making videos that I was passionate about. I've started dabbling in the woodworking realm and did really well with that. Those are still my most popular videos. Crazy. And then I got bored of that. And a few years later, I took up... I filmed my first kayaking trip. I was like, you know what? I'll break the camera out, film this trip down the river. I did it. People enjoyed it. People loved it because, again, there was nothing like that on YouTube. There were no really great kayak camping videos that I enjoyed watching on YouTube at that time, so I made the video that I wanted to see, and apparently other people wanted to see it too. Eureka. Something caught on, and I just kept making videos, and here I am chatting with you right now, Outdoor Sensation. So here we are. All right, who inspires me? Oh gosh, I don't even know who inspires me. I really don't know. I mean, who inspires me? I don't know. Do I have anyone who inspires me? My kids inspire me. How's that? I would say, yeah, my kids inspire me. I don't know if that's a good answer, but my kids, my 2 boys, and my family are why I do what I do, because I want to be able to provide them the opportunities to go out and do these adventures that they see Daddy going on, and they want to go on these adventures, and I'm so happy to know that. But yeah. Tucker said, yeah. Do you want to go on some adventures, Tucker? Yes. Awesome. So I thought to myself, you know what, if I can make it where, what if I could do these adventures all the time and one day take my kids with me? So that's my main drive behind what I do. I want to provide something awesome for this little man to go out and have his own adventures, because that would have been so cool if I was a kid. Yes?
Are you going to take your camera at the beach?
Yes, I'm going to take the camera to the beach and film the crab catching, okay?
Okay.
All right, can I get back to the video? Thank you, buddy. All right, yes, we're leaving for the beach in 2 days on a family camping or family beach trip with like my mother and my sister and the whole family, and we plan on doing some night crabbing one night, so y'all can look forward to that video coming. All right, so yeah, I enjoy watching Camp PB&J too. Yeah, y'all are entertaining. Let's see here. All right, Blake Hurst says, which spring is your absolute favorite to visit, Trip? Well, it depends on why I'm visiting. Like this past weekend, Tucker, I went to Cypress Spring, hung out there with a bunch of friends, didn't even bring a camera. We just hung out all day and had a blast. It was a good time. So if I'm going to go and hang out, that's probably my favorite spring. It's not too far from my house, maybe like 45 minutes. It's easy to get to, easy to paddle to. It's a nice big place. Good folks hang out there most of the time, so it's kind of a good time. I enjoy going there. But other than that, I want to be on the beach probably. Any beach with clear water, right? And maybe somewhere I can snorkel too. All right, next question. Let's see here. Outdoor Sensation said Trip is underrated. Thank you for that. And they say, my dad went on a trip 23 years ago. He's still exploring. Can't wait to see him again. I hope you get to see him again soon. Tucker, I can see you and you're distracting me. All right, let's see here. Gabe says, Trip, bro, been watching you since the first kayak camp video. Just bought my first kayak today and have been watching your videos for tips. Keep up the awesome work. Hey, congrats on the new kayak, Gabe, and I hope you enjoy that joker. I hope you get it wet many days and nights to come. All right. Whoa, we got another super chat from Clay Gainey. Thanks, Clay. From Clay Gainey. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. What a gentleman. Thank you for supporting the channel. Really do appreciate it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Clay Gainey says about these sandals, he says, my buds would leave me on the river. Yeah, well, my buds, they ain't gonna leave me, all right? Trip dip, that's right, Brian. Let's see here. Don, what's up, Don? He asks, what is your next trips? My next trip, I'm going to be doing a night crabbing off the skiff, this weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm going to hopefully film a little video on that. I don't know how it's going to turn out because I'm going to have some of my family with me, so it's always easier to film alone, but we'll see how that goes. But then after that, I am going to be doing a trip on the skiff around St. Vincent Island, circumnavigate that, and then I hope my next one after that is doing my loop trip from Panama City to Destin and back up the ICW, like 120 miles or so. I'm really looking forward to that trip. That's going to be so much fun. All right, here we go. Mountain Man says, hey, Trip, where did you get your Ginu from? What stats or what state? Let's see. Mountain Man, I went down and bought the Ginu. I think I drove like 3 hours or 4 hours down into Florida. I can't remember exactly what the little town was. It was just some little, town around, in like central Florida, around all the little lakes. Someone was selling the Ginu. I found it, had the layout that I wanted, so I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go get it. So I just went and nabbed it, and I really enjoyed it. And that, that setup is hard to find, and I'm really lucky to have found it. And I really enjoy the Ginu, and I hated I had to sell it. But I just couldn't afford to have two boats, unfortunately. I wish if I had plenty of money, I'd have kept it. Trust me, because that thing was nice. All right, so next question is from Francisco Pina. I think I remember you, Francisco. He says, I'm looking into getting a kayak or paddleboard. Since you have used both, what would you recommend for a first purchase? Okay, for a first purchase, I would recommend trying them both out if you can. If you can find somewhere to demo one, or to rent some, or to go out with some friends who have one or the other, try both of them. See which one you like. Because it's hard to answer because I don't know what your physical abilities are, how good your balance is, but I do think a paddleboard, an inflatable paddleboard, is the answer for most people because they're so easy to paddle, they're so easy to manage and handle and transport and store, and they're just so nice. I really think an inflatable paddleboard is the answer, and if you want to sit down on it, you can sit down on it and you're still good to go. But like I said, I would rent and see which one you enjoy the most. Tucker, you're getting in the camera. All right, so just try them both and see which one you enjoy the most. All right, next question is from Jonathan Toper. He said, do you ever take people out on your trips or just friends? No, I don't really ever take, well, I guess both. I like to go by myself because it's easier to film, really and truly, unless I'm with some really close friends who understand how everything goes, and who I'm really comfortable with and don't mind slowing down for be like, look guys, I got to get the shot, or hey, dude, shut up, I'm trying to get the shot, something, another, like when I took my fire buddies down, we work together all the time, we're really good friends, we live together, a third of our life, right? Some of them, but most of the time I like to go by myself because it's easier to film, and I don't know. It's basically just easier to film, and I get a lot of people asking me, hey Trip, hey, whenever you go do this, man, I'd love to come with you. Let me know whenever you go here, or let me know when your next adventure is. I'd love to join up. I can't tell you how many of those messages that I get. Probably 4 or 5, I don't know, 7 a week sometimes. And I kind of feel bad because I have to say no because I don't know those people really. I don't know their ability, but some of the people I do know, and some people have come to Rock-A-Dock. They're like, look, trust me, I will stay out of the way. You won't have to worry. I will stay back out of the camera, whatever. I just want to go. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what, that might work, but it's up here where it's going to mess with me because I know that person is there, and I know that I'm not alone, and I know that I might be inconveniencing them in a way, or they may be tense, like, oh my goodness, they may not be able to enjoy themselves because they have to stay out of the camera, or either, a lot of times you guys see me, I go out and sometimes I get into some sketchy situations, whether I'm somewhere I may not need to be, or whether the weather comes up and I take some extra risks or something because I kind of enjoy that kind of thing, or just because I don't have another choice. I don't want to put other people in those situations. Like, all right, if you guys remember when I took the Hobie kayak out in Panama City in the bay, and that big storm came up and I had to go home to my family. Well, you know what? Typically, if someone else was there with me and I wasn't sure, I wasn't confident in their abilities, I might have called that trip off, or I might have had to change plans drastically, and wouldn't have been able to make a video. And unfortunately, this channel that I've created, it's kind of it's kind of the nature of the beast. You guys crave content. I want to deliver you guys content, so I have to try and avoid any situations that might mess those things up, right? So I hope people understand. I know it's a tough one, and I hate telling people that no, you can't go, but that's why I created Rock-A-Dock, and that's why I sometimes do subscriber trips, right? So if you want to go, come to Rock-A-Dock. I know it's not the same, but it's all I got, right? All right, love you folks. Trust me, I really do. All right, oh gosh. Peter Lowman, he says, does your wife ever complain about you spending so much time leaving on trips and nerding with gadgets and stuff? Yes, she does. But to be honest with you, Peter, I don't leave as much as people think I do. But my wife she'll admit, she's very needy. She loves her husband, so she doesn't like when I leave at all. But typically I only go like once a month, and sometimes they're single night trips. Sometimes they're 2-night trips. Rarely are they any more than that. So if you think about it, it's not that much. And I don't hunt, I don't fish, so I don't really go anywhere else except to do what you guys see me do. Sometimes I do, but most of the time, if whenever I go, it's whenever I film. So I don't go as much as you folks think. I just make you think I do, and it looks like I do. So it looks like I'm some awesome person, but got you fooled. All right, but yeah, so it is tough. But if you're having a tough situation trying to convince your wife to let you go, here's my suggestion. Say, look, sweetie, what can I do to make it okay for me to go on this kayaking trip? What do I need to do? What would you like from me to make it where you're not going to be mad at me? Don't say that, but what would you like for me to do so that I can go on this trip and you'll be okay with it? She'll say, okay, well, I got this in mind. Well, she'll say something, do it, and go. There you go. I found that works pretty well sometimes. That's for bad-mouthing your sandals. Oh. I hear, oh, thanks, Clay. I appreciate the super chat. He did the super chat for bad-mouthing my sandals. Buddy, if I had $5 for every time someone bad-mouthed my sandals, I'd be doing good. That's the truth, to be honest. Everybody thinks they're girl sandals. But I don't care. I like them. All right, let's see here. Adam Savard says, keep the videos coming, brother. Great, motivating, and entertaining outdoors content. You are an inspiration to more than you know. You got me hooked on hammock camping. He normally goes to Algonquin Park up in Canada, and the hammock has significantly decreases pack weight for the portages. That's awesome. I'm glad you enjoy hammocks. I do too. I really, really do. If we got more chat down here, that might be it. I don't know, unless something's jacked up. But hey, you guys, we've been rolling for 36 minutes. It's pretty good. I've really enjoyed these reply lines, and I look forward to doing more of these. Hopefully we can get one in tomorrow sometime. So look forward to seeing you guys back. If you haven't, be sure that you hit that bell, get your notifications so you get notified so you can be here whenever we are live, folks. I'm trying to keep these a little shorter because they have kind of gone a little long in the past, and I think if they're shorter, I think people would be more likely to watch them. All right, Peter, you're welcome for the advice. Clay, yes, fun as always. Sometimes, fun as always. I like having fun. Unfortunately, the last episode, I wasn't really as giddy and having as much fun because I had a child asleep not too far away from me, so I was trying to be a little quiet. I was a little, I wasn't myself. But here I am. You guys just saw me as myself. Having a good time. JJGM says, do you ever go on backpacking trips? Yes, I do go on a few. I went on one last year at the Talladega National Forest. You can, I actually have a playlist. You go to my channel, go to playlist. You will see, I think it's like backpacking, probably. And I have maybe 6 or 7 backpacking videos. Check those out. They're pretty good. I don't enjoy it as much as I do on the water, but I do enjoy it. And it's something to do when it's cold. All right, folks. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Get out there. And I'm about to end this stream so you guys can get on with your lives and I can get on with mine. Or I think I am. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, that was it. That was it, Trip. That was it. All right, folks. Take care of yourselves. God bless. Peace out.